If treadmill runs make you feel like you're stuck in Groundhog Day, you are not alone. In this episode, I'm sharing hacks to beat the boredom so those indoor miles or kilometres feel more like a groove than a grind. If you're new around here, welcome to your running coach with GMacSpurr, the ultimate podcast where I, Coach G, answer your running questions and help you unlock your full potential. Whether you're a seasoned marathoner or just getting started on your running journey, I've got tips, expert insights, and real world advice to keep you moving forward. Hit subscribe now to join our growing community, and if you're ready for personalised coaching to really crush your goals, check out the link below to inquire about one-on-one online coaching. Okay, let's chat running. I hear complaints about the treadmill every single week. So if you do not enjoy taking your run to the treadmill, here are some mindset tools that I not only use personally, but I have encouraged my clients to use in order to pass the time, in order for that treadmill run experience to be so much better than the treadmill experience. Okay, so the first one, I think it's the most important one, if I'm honest. If you were to take no other tips from this episode, it is this one. Because this one works not only on the treadmill, but when you're out running and having a mentally or physically challenging run, visualize the race that you're training for. Even if I haven't run that race before, or I haven't run the streets or the trails, even if I've got no experience, first-hand experience of that race, I visualize myself being there. I visualize myself running along the streets or the trails that I think it'll look like. So, for example, I've got a race coming up next month. I've never ran the streets, I've barely been on those streets. But I'm going to imagine running along the ocean. I'm going to imagine that sea air and hearing those seagulls squawking as I run past. I'm going to imagine that cool breeze cooling me down when the sun is getting very, very hot. So I can still imagine some things to do with that race, even though I've not actually been there. And let me tell you, visualization is such a powerful tool. Our brains don't know the difference to what is happening in real life to what we are imagining. So if you are on the treadmill and you're imagining yourself running that race and you're running so strong, you're feeling really solid, your mindset's good, your body is feeling good, your brain doesn't know that you didn't just run an amazing race. So it is helping bank up that evidence in your brain that you can do this, that you can run that race strong. So that is my absolute key mindset tool when running on the treadmill. Visualize the race that you are dreaming of running. Now, number 2 is kind of similar. If you're not training for a race, can you visualize a race that you would love to run? Can you visualize your usual outside running route? What can you think about that is going to distract your brain from the fact that you are on a treadmill looking at the same things, not going anywhere, getting a little bit bored with your surroundings? What can you immerse yourself in? If it is running your usual route outside, like I'm talking, go to the details. You're standing at the road waiting for the traffic to stop. You run across the road. Maybe you run a route that's got a lot of hills, so visualize yourself running up those hills. Maybe it's a route that, for some reason, one piece of it is always so much harder than the rest. Visualize yourself running that hard piece, but absolutely crushing it, like really enjoying the challenge and overcoming that challenge. Like get to the really, really detail of what are you seeing, what are you hearing, what are you smelling. Really immerse yourself in that visualization. Sometimes I also visualize myself running a race that I'm not signed up for. Maybe none of my clients are even signed up for it, but it is a race that I am aware of that it's on that weekend or that day, or it's a local one to me. I just imagine that I'm running it, and it can be really fun. Like, just play around with it. What are you wearing? What is your goal for that race? Like, really get to the details. Now, the third one I like to do again, whether it's the treadmill or outside, is do a body scan. Like, take a moment to feel your body. How does it feel? What is feeling sticky? What's feeling really strong? And doing this body scan helps you get out of your brain and into your body, and it is a really great tool to ensure that your posture is spot on, that your breathing is good, that you're aware of how your feet are hitting the the ground, that you are just aware of how your body is moving, and if any adjustments need to be made, you're aware of what's happening in your body so you can adjust them. So even if you do the visualization tool, check in with your body once every, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Or if you are listening to some music or a podcast at the end of every song, or at the, every time there's an advert on the podcast, just do a body scan and get back present into your body and just fixing any or tweaking anything to do with your posture. The fourth one is acknowledge that it sucks. Like, agree with your brain when it is saying, ugh, I hate the treadmill, it is boring. Yeah, agree with it. Maybe it is boring. Maybe you don't want to be doing the treadmill. Maybe you want to be outside running and not stuck inside. So acknowledge that it sucks, but that it is getting you mentally strong. That this is another tool in your running toolkit that is going to help you bank up that evidence that you can do hard things, that you can keep going when your brain says stop. This is all going to help you when you are out running and your brain tells you you want to quit, or you're in that dream race and your brain tells you you want to quit. Every single time that you say no to quitting is banking up that evidence that you can keep going, that you are a strong runner, that you can achieve your goals. So acknowledge the suck and get on with it anyway. And finally, sometimes I like to play a little game. I use this tool not only on the treadmill, but also outside whenever a run feels mentally challenging, when I want to quit, or I'm constantly checking what my pace is, or the distance is, or the time that I've been running. When I know I've still got plenty of run to run, and I'm checking my watch constantly, I like to set myself a challenge that I'm not allowed to look at my screen, whether that be the treadmill screen or my Garmin watch screen, until I've hit a certain time or distance. It really forces me not to look, no matter how much I really want to, until I genuinely think I've hit the distance or the time that I've predetermined. I won't look at the watch or the screen until I've hit. So, for example, if I'm running 5k, I will not allow myself to look at my watch until I've hit 3.5k. Or maybe I'm running for an hour, then I will not look until I pretty much guaranteed to have ran 45 minutes. It also then just helps me be really aware of how long things do take. Like, genuinely how long they take, not how long they take on a treadmill, which is what that period of time or that duration of distance actually takes. And also, like, when on the treadmill, it is sometimes really hard to not just constantly glance at the screen. So if that's the case for yourself, cover it up with a towel, with your phone, with a sheet of paper, whatever, so you can't see how slowly time is going. Because it's when it's right in front of you, it's so easy to for the brain to come up with all kinds of stories about how long it is taking you. Because when you're out running, you're not checking your watch every 3 seconds, but On the treadmill, it's so much easier because it's just right in your eyesight. Those screens need an off button. So, my personal experience when I'm running on the treadmill or outside, and whether that is a mentally challenging run or I'm out for a long time, I really like to run races in my mind. So, the visualization exercise is my absolute number one go to. I run I run races that I've run before. My current two kind of go-to races is the Walt Disney World Marathon and the Toronto Waterfront Half Marathon. These are the two that I run almost, I don't know, maybe once or twice a month. I will run these races in my mind. I begin at the starting line. How do I feel? What am I seeing? What do I hear? And every time I do this exercise, I embellish it. I add more to it. So I'm not running the exact same race in my mind. What are the people around me doing? What are they wearing? Especially for the Walt Disney World Marathon. If you haven't done a Run Disney race before, then people go all out on their costumes. So I imagine what my neighbours are wearing, what their character is. How do I feel in my body? Am I feeling strong? Am I feeling ready? Am I feeling confident? What is my brain saying? Is my brain excited? Is it nervous? Is it looking forward to what I'm about to do? And as I pass the starting line and I press go on my Garmin, I'm focusing on the feelings in my body. And running those first few kilometers, I'm really focusing on my breathing, on running strong, and having the race of my dreams. Your mind doesn't know the difference between real life and imagination when it comes to visualization. So you'll get that same boost in your body that you would be getting in real life if this was real life. So run your heart out, run strong. Notice I'm not saying run the pace that you would be running the race, especially if you are running a long, slow distance, your easy run, your steady run. Try not to get carried away, get swept up in the excitement of running a race. Keep an eye on your pace so you are not running too hard, because that's a whole other story in terms of recovery and doing too much. So just be cautious that when you are visualizing yourself running a race, that you are not running race pace. Don't dread the treadmill. It is such a fantastic gift to have the opportunity to be able to run on one, whether that is in the safety of your own home or in a gym, or it's helping you get your run done when you're not able to go outside, whether that's weather or timing or whatever it is. It is such a gift. And it is unfortunate that the running community has labelled the treadmill the dreadmill, and don't get me wrong, I've called it that in the past, but it really is an opportunity for you to build that mental strength, to learn how to push through when your brain says no. It's also a really good tool to help you get prepared for race day. So many gifts come from the treadmill. So please do not dread it. You can do this. You absolutely can. If you have any questions related to this topic, head on over to the Your Running Coach by GMacSpurr Facebook community to continue the conversation. Happy running. Bye for now.